I've recently started getting really intrigued into more hero set games, such as Marvel Rivals, Paladins, or even Overwatch as well. And one of the biggest things that I absolutely despise about these games is that you can't actually tell how good you're doing at the end of a match. And not that you can't tell, but more so that they make it where there's feel good stats, right? Where, oh, if you tickle someone, it counts as you getting uh basically you getting an elim for that person. And I'm just not a huge fan of that in general because it babies people and it also allows for a little bit of toxicity in the game. To show you guys what I mean, right? So this is my match history. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best in the entire universe, but this is my match history. 13 and 1, 15 6, 6 and 3, 21 and 4, 15 4, 18 8, 21 and 12, 5 and 6, 24, 11. You guys kind of get the point, right? That, I'm not the greatest in the entire universe, but statistically showing my stats, it makes it look like I'm doing a lot more in these games than I really am, right? Even though I'm getting 15 and 4 in this game, for example, I'm not actually getting 15 elims. I'm not actively getting 15 final blows throughout the game. I'm just tickling a couple guys here and there, and realistically, this is probably like 6 to maybe 8 elims in the game, which, in my opinion, is pretty bad. Now, for me personally, I am a statistics person. I am a person who likes to objectively look at my gameplay and figure out what I am doing wrong, right? And not everybody is like that, but that's just how I have always personally been. Where I like to be able to look at it and be like, this is what I'm messing up on, this is what I need to improve on, and this is how we get better at the game. That's how I end up getting to like very high diamond in Rainbow Six Siege, or I end up getting to like very high ranks uh, in Smite as well. And just in general, I think that's just how I learn. I think that's how a lot of other people learn as well, is seeing statistically what they are actually doing wrong. But in hero games or hero shooters in particular, my brain cannot comprehend what I'm doing wrong. Now, there's a difference between, oh, I missed some shots or something like that, and physically what I could be doing wrong, like at the end of the day. Like, I'm going to give you guys an example. This game right here, I went 30 and 1. I almost guarantee, and this is obviously quick play for this game, but I went 30 and 1 in a quick play match. If we scroll down right here, 31 and 2 in a comp match. Now, I'm not super high rank in this game, right? I'm not high rank in the slightest, but still, I know I didn't do this good. Just realistically, I didn't. I didn't even get close to doing this good. It just irks me so much. I don't know if other people like think about this or anything of the sort, but physically irritates me going into a game and just looking at my stats, and it's like the biggest stat pad of my entire life. That basically you can objectively be incredibly bad at the game, like how I kind of am, right? Just objectively bad, and almost have no clue how you are going to improve without super analytically analyzing all of your gameplay down to like a T, essentially. And this is a big issue. Like Marvel Rivals is kind of like this, right? But it's really bad in Overwatch in particular. I was playing a game of Overwatch yesterday with one of my buddies, and we're in a game, and Bastion, if you have played Overwatch, Bastion is basically just a massive machine, a massive machine gun, and the entire time he isn't actually doing anything. Like he's not getting any final hits. He's not lasering anybody down. He's not killing anybody with his ultimate. There's literally no value that he's getting. He is just lasering into the tank the entire game. So what happens at the end of the game? He has a ridiculous damage stat in comparison to me, who is, like flanking the back line, getting one elim here and there, but, trying to go for like actual logical picks and things of that sort. And he starts like talking smack, and I'm not even doing bad. I'm not going negative or anything. But I think I had like 15 elims with like 6 deaths, and out of those 15 elims, I had 14 final hits. Where at the end of the game, he had 30 elims and 2 final hits. So this is exactly what I mean. Where physically, it is hard for me to comprehend how just how bad I am at the game, right? Because I could objectively be like, oh well, this game I went 34-12. Well, that's pretty great stats. It's not. It's really not. Out of these 34, I I would probably guess I have like 10 or 12 people I actually got. That's just 34 people I tickled a little bit, did a little bit of damage to, you know? And I see this across many games. I actually just watched a video with this where a guy was uh, showing that basically someone told him to KYS in a Discord because he was playing a healer in Marvel Rivals and he didn't have like a significant amount of elims, but he had a bunch of assists, basically just meaning that he was just playing hardcore healer the entire game because sometimes you just have to pocket. Anybody who's played healer before knows there's just some games you just have to pocket. You can't really afford to look at around and try to snipe people or do some damage or something like that, depending on comps and things. So like when I saw this, I'm like, okay, well like objectively, first off, you should never say that to anybody ever. But then you go into like objectively, like the guy has better overall stats. He has more damage. He has more healing. He has like probably more objective time than this guy. And I think that is what every game should add in my personal opinion, is every single game, you should be able to look at people's stats when it comes to hero games. You should be able to look at their damage, their healing, their elims, their final blows. You should be able to look at how many people they tickled, how many people that they did nothing to, and like overall, I think if you do less than 60% of the damage, yeah, I would say like if you do less than 60% of the damage, it shouldn't even count. You should get an assist. In that might sound weird. It might be like, well, why don't you want your KD to be overall better? But I don't like my stats lying to me. When I played League of Legends, or when I played Deadlock, or when I played Rainbow Six Siege, or Smite, or I mean, even if you played Fortnite, like everybody did back in the day, you knew objectively if you were doing good or if you were just getting slammed. And I think that's just something so enjoyable about that in comparison to just like, yeah, let me pad my stats. Because there's games, like, especially on Marvel Rivals, where I'll just play Squirrel Girl, and it's not recent, I haven't really been playing her. But, like, objectively, there's games where I'll play Squirrel Girl, and it'll just be like, oh, yeah, well, you have 40 elims. Oh, how many people did you actually do anything to? Maybe like 5. And I do want to get better at Marvel Rivals in general. I'm actually trying to work on my aim and my overall game sense in this game, which is kind of brings me back to this point because I don't know. There's just sometimes like you look at your stats and you're like, oh, good enough. Even I am really guilty of that, and I know other people are for sure too. Where you're in a game and objectively you're doing nothing, but your stats look better than everybody else's. I think a really good example of this is Squirrel Girl or Moon Knight or Groot, or if we go over to uh, the Overwatch side, I mean, you got Bastion is a great person to be like, yeah, I'm really not doing much. It's not saying that people can't do crazy things on these characters. Just objectively, these characters allow you to play worse. Like objectively, they allow you to play 10 times worse and look 10 times better than what you actually are doing every single game. And it just it sucks. Eventually, I will get good at this game. I like. I am trying. I'm trying to grind it out, but yeah, that's just how it is at the end of the day. And let me know if you guys have kind of felt the same way. Like maybe you're like me, where you like to look at your gameplay and try to figure out what you can actually improve on so you can rank up. But yeah, I don't know. I wish my biggest wish for hero games is to take this out completely. I 100% think that hero games should remove gaining a elim for tickling somebody's toes. I think an elim should only count if you did significant damage to them. I mean, like you got down 80% of their health bar or something of that sort, and then it's like, okay, yeah, you get the elim. Even if someone else gets the final blow on that person, objectively, you would have, you would have got that guy. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.